Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Stephanie's Stamp Pad where we get together and make a card. Today's card is a really fun thank you card. It says hello my friend and then it says thank you, and then you open it up and then you would put your gift card right here. So if you were giving a gift to a friend or a neighbor, this is the perfect card for that. Now what are the products that we need to create this card? Well, first we need the card base or the foundation. That's my Flip It card die set that I designed for Sizzix. Then we're also going to use the Stamps of Life stitched rectangles. We're also going to use the Stamps of Life Happy for banners along with the coordinating die. And we're also going to use the Happiness Collection pattern paper. And we're going to use, let's see, we have Cloud, Lemonade, and Kiwi inks. Okay, let's get started. Now, of course, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to die cut our base. So I'm going to lay that down, and I have my die right here. And we're going to put it a little bit at an angle because we don't want any speed bumps, right? We want it to go nice through that machine and give us a nice clean cut. So we're going to lay that down and we're going to run that through. Now some other items that we're going to die cut is the stems here and here in the flower, the leaf, and then the flower, and that's a drop-in die. So we have that. Pop that out. So there we have that, and we'll just move that off to the side for now. And then we're also going to die cut the layering pieces. So I have the layering here, and we're going to do the big one. And I like to do these at the same time because you might as well, right? So we're going to do the big one here and the little one here. Make sure we fit those both on there. Okay, and we're going to run those through. Oops, wait, is that right? Yeah, I just want to make sure. Ooh, okay, so we're going to run those through. So now we have our layering pieces. Now I'm cutting 2 of each, which is okay. I'm just going to put the extra pieces back in the envelope. That way I have them for a future time. Okay, or I could just go ahead and make 2 cards right away and already have them halfway done. Just opposite colors, opposite layers. So we're going to grab those out, throw those away. And I do have a trash can right below me. Not over there, but right here I have a trash can, see? Handy dandy. So not everything is going on the floor. Now, let's get some Sizzix adhesive because we're going to add some adhesive to some of these papers. Peel that off. And we're going to add some green right there. And we're going to add our yellow right here. And is that the only color? So we really need adhesive on the back? I think it is. Yes, it is. So we're just going to peel this up and use this later on another project at another time. And usually I save that backing. There we go, because we want to use that for another time. And I have a little extra piece here, so let's just peel that up because we don't want to use it there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to lay that flower down, but we want it to say thank you. So we're going to drop the thank you die right inside the center, just like that. And then the green stems, we're just going to add that right there, and then the cute little leaf right there. Now this is a little smaller, but I don't know if, look at that, it fits perfect. So we'll run that through. Then we're going to do some stamping. Okay, so we have that die cut. Put these off to the side. There's that piece there. And that cute little leaf there. We're going to ink those in just a minute. But let's go ahead and stamp our hello my friend. Now, as you know, if you've watched any of my videos, I usually start every video with hello my friends. And so that's kind of like my little signature thing. The funny thing is I never meant to start that. It just started happening and in the very beginning. And so now it's just kind of one of those things I do, which is kind of funny. So this is a brand new stamp. So even though this is not on scratch paper, the first one, well, that looks pretty good, but that's definitely usable. I always like to do one on scratch paper. So that one's a little darker, so we'll use that one. We're gonna lay that down and we're gonna get the die that coordinates. This one comes separate. And we're going to lay that down right there. And we're going to die cut that, but we're going to move that off to the side. We'll line that up in just a second. Did we get everything else die cut already? Oh, our rectangles. So we need to die cut some rectangles from the stitched pattern from the paper. And let's lay that right there because you can overlap a little bit. Let's get our rectangles out. So these rectangles do coordinate with the Flip It rectangle die set. And I believe it's this one that we're going to use for the brown dots. That one just fits on there. And then it's the next largest size for the blue. So we can just, oh, let's not let those overlap. There we go, we'll do that. And so we have everything there. Now let's line this little guy up. So we're gonna make sure that it's nice and lined up. Now if our die moves, oh, it's not, so it's good. But if it does, you just move your paper a little. That looks good. Let's run this baby through. Now people often ask me, why do you have colored cutting pads? Well, number one, they're cute. But number two is you can see it when it's on your desk, which is very important because sometimes you can't find those clear ones. Okay. Now, we have a lot going on here. So we have that die cut. We have our cute little stitched rectangles die cut. So there's one. And you can really see those stitch lines on the dark cardstock, which is fun. So there it is there. So let's go ahead and add adhesive to this one because I know for sure we're going to do that. And we're going to add that right there. There we go. And then let's add our layers. So we're going to do, I want to make sure I do this right here. We're going to add this one to the one side, and then we're going to fold this card together. So if you've never folded a Flip It card before, don't worry. We're going to fold it together in just a second. So I like to spend an extra second here just to make sure it's nice and layered. Okay, and we'll add this one. Now these two extra pieces, remember I cut extras. I'm just going to put that in the envelope. Save it for another time. Or make another card right now. You already have all the other pieces out. Go ahead and make another one, just with opposite colors. Okay, now we're gonna fold this. We always have to hold it in the air. We're gonna have the big bottom, little top. See how this is the little side, this is the big side. Fold it in half towards us on the score lines the die created. Take the top flap and fold that up and then turn it to the left. The little side is always on the left, little on the left. There we go. Now, let's start putting the rest of it together. What we're gonna do next is we're just going to add adhesive to this and add that to the front. See how it coordinates perfect? Because everything in Stephanie's stuff goes together, It all goes together. So we're gonna add this right there. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to do some inking. So let's get our scratch paper. Oh, that's not gonna come out, it's okay. And I'm on the banana, this is lemonade paper, but I'm using banana ink, which I'm going a little outside the comfort zone. Usually I would do the same color, but I really want it to pop. So I'm gonna go a little bit around the edges, but I'm gonna go really dark in the center. So I went a little on the edges and a lot in the center. Then on these little guys, they're just little ones. We're just gonna add a little tiny kiwi, because this is already kiwi, but this ink is kiwi and the cardstock's kiwi. We're just gonna go around the edges. Just a little bit. Just to add. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to add, oh, and then to make the thank you really stand out, we just hand cut a little circle that's gonna go on the back of this, okay? So let's peel this up, because we want it to really show. Otherwise you'd be able to see through it. I'm gonna peel that up. Most of the trash already comes off. If not, give it a couple flicks and it'll usually fall right out. The A looks like it's a little stuck, so let's just poke it. It did cut, but it just needs a little extra love. Okay, now we're just gonna add that little piece right behind it. And this is nice and sticky, so we're gonna add that down right there. I'm gonna overlap that just a little. Okay, now don't press down too far right there because we wanna add our little stem. If I can get the adhesive off. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna add that little stem right underneath. Just like that. And if we need to, we can trim off a piece, so we'll probably trim a little tiny bit off. And then we have our little leaf that also has adhesive on it. And we are almost done. Oh, but we need to have a spot to put the gift card, so let's share that part right now. Okay, so there's our cute little leaf. And we're just gonna trim the bottom of that little stem off, just to give it a flat edge. Okay, so there we have the front, but we have the inside to do. So what we're gonna do is I've just hand cut on my trimmer a little rectangle, and we are going to use the die that's in this kit that looks like something really weird. And what it is it's the notches that's gonna hold the gift card. So I'm gonna lay this right there, and I'm gonna run that through. That's how easy it is. And that's gonna hold the gift card in place. So we'll run that through. And now I have the cute little notches, and I don't know if I have a gift card here to pretend. I sometimes do just have an old gift card here just to show you. And I really know I did earlier, because I saw it earlier. But we don't, oh, here it is. I think it's a Hobby Lobby one. So look at how cute that little guy goes right on there, so it holds this. Now, I could put this anywhere. I could put this in any card I wanted, but I'm actually gonna put it in this one. So we're gonna add adhesive to the back of this. Make sure you don't put adhesive on those little circles. And we're gonna lay that down right here. Line that up a little better. There we go. And look at how cute our little card is. So we have, hello, my friend, thank you. Open it up, and there's a gift card ready to spend. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode of Stephanie's Stamp Pad, where we get together and make a card. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.